Welcome to our video series on pet health here on America's Healthcare Advocate. My guest is Dr. Wayne Hunthausen, veterinarian and pet therapist. Welcome, doctor.
Glad to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here today. You've got a busy schedule. We're glad you took time out to be with us today. Dr. Hunthausen is actually our veterinarian for our dog Greta and has been a veterinarian treating our dogs for over the last 10 years. So we're coming up on summer here. We're starting to move into the summer season, and certain dogs have greater issues with heat and summer weather than other dogs. So doctor, let's talk a little bit about what breeds in particular seem to have issues with heat and then how all that interacts.
Yeah, the breeds that are probably at the greatest risk would be the breeds with the short noses. And dogs don't sweat, they get rid of the heat by panting. And so if you have a short face, then that's going to compromise the ability to get rid of heat. So dogs like pugs and some of the other small breed dogs, typically, boxers can be more risk too. They have a short muzzle. They'll be at risk. Dogs that are black, they're going to absorb more heat. They'll be at more risk. And then certainly pets that have upper respiratory problems, chronic heart problems, any other chronic illness, elderly pets, those are all pets who are going to be at more risk.
You know, you hear the news anchors and different people warning people, don't leave your pets outside for extended periods of time. What kind of temperatures and humidity do you start watching how long you leave your pet outside?
When it gets above 70, you need to start being concerned. Now, in a car in particular, the cars heat up in minutes and could be real death traps for pets. So in the summer, you just don't want to leave your pet in the car. Outdoors, if there's shade, the dog can do real well, 70s, 80s, 80 degrees, but they should have shade. They need to have fresh water available, preferably kept in a shady area so it stays a bit cool, and be in a non-tippable bucket, because you don't want the pet to dump the water at the beginning of the day and not have any water the rest of the day. Kiddie swimming pools can be a nice way to keep the dog cool during the day also.
Want to go in the swimming pool and go swimming?
Take a dip.
Yeah, take a dip and it might help. Let's talk about dogs in cars for a minute, because that seems to be a real issue. Kind of wrap it up with that, doctor.
You can have a car that'll heat up 20 degrees within minutes. And so the pet will overheat, the respiratory system shuts down, the cardiac system shuts down, and you can get to a situation where you have a fatality very, very quick. So you just don't take that risk. And we're busy. If you go in and you say, well, I'll go into a store for a few minutes and go back out, but you know, you get distracted, you forget, and all of a sudden you put your pet in a really dire situation.
So the best piece of advice is not to take the dog out in that kind of weather and leave them in the car.
Exactly. And even if you're going someplace in the car, and let's say you're on the highway and your car breaks down, then you're in a dilemma also. You know, you need to get some help. It's going to be difficult to have somebody that might stop and pick you and a dog up. And so, yeah, dogs are best left at home during this really hot weather.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hints for the summer season coming up about your dog and overheating and heat issues. You can learn more about our pet health series on America's Healthcare Advocate. The website is americashealthcareadvocate.com.